A grieving 20-year-old goes live on Facebook to share some tragic family news. But his calm, relaxed demeanor hides a horror that would soon shock the entire nation.
My little brother has passed away, and it's a lot to deal with. But right now we're doing good. We're fine.
But behind that smile lay a gut-wrenching 69-pound secret. Why would a mother and brother record themselves systematically ending a child's life?
You guys are restricting where he can go and what he can do, and if he does something wrong, you're punishing him. She's him to death. Do you feel like you kind of enjoy punishment for that? Your mother used you. She didn't want him around anymore because he was too much of a problem. That's the truth.
The nightmare officially began on the morning of July 6, 2022, in Norton Shores, Michigan. A frantic 911 call shattered the early morning quiet.
Yeah? What's wrong?
I don't feel like breathing or anything. Come on, buddy. No, this can't happen.
First responders arrived within minutes, finding 43-year-old Shanda Vander Ark frantically performing CPR on her teenage son, but it was already too late.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Officer Stefanich. Right now we got some people coming over to talk to you, okay?
Medics confirmed 15-year-old Timothy Ferguson had been dead for hours. Responding officers questioned his mother on what went wrong.
I had no idea. I would have taken him in or something. Oh.
Now, you said the last time you saw him was 5:30 this morning?
Yeah.
Did he say anything?
He had fallen out of bed.
At 5:30?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't earlier?
I mean, it's possible. I thought it was 5:30, but I wasn't super awake. I heard a thump, and I came down, and he's...
But Timothy's physical condition immediately shattered Shanda's story. At 5'8", the teenager weighed only 69 pounds, the average weight of a 9-year-old.
And then I went back upstairs, and then I woke up, and I wanted to check on him this morning when I was getting ready for work. So I went down there, and I said something, I didn't see him wake up, and I shook him and didn't respond.
Was he on the bed when you came down there?
Yes.
And then you pulled him down and started CPR? Okay.
I called 911.
Shanda blamed her son's emaciated frame on voluntary sudden hunger strikes. But when officers questioned her older son, Paul, her frantic attempts to control the narrative raised immediate alarms.
I had no clue how bad it was. Oh my God. Like I said, he did this back in, my husband's stroke was January 3rd. Mm-hmm. So he did this back in, I don't know, second week of January for almost 3 weeks. And then he ate something last night. I can't remember what it was now, I'm sorry.
As officers walked through the kitchen, the bitter irony of the situation became clear. The home was stocked with groceries, but they were locked away from the starving teenager.
The only reason I know is because my 7-year-old walked in on him accidentally when he was in the shower downstairs. And then my 7-year-old comes up and he's like, Mama, Timothy's really skinny. I was like, oh.
Was that this time or last time?
That was last time. That was like first week of February is when DC discovered that. And I told him he was either going to start eating multiple times a day, or I was taking him to the hospital, and he didn't want to go to the hospital, so... Sensing
a cover-up, detectives secured a search warrant for the home. What they uncovered in the basement was not a bedroom, but a high-tech dungeon.
I tried to check in the last few days, and he just wouldn't let me anywhere near him. He didn't want a kiss, a hug, nothing.
Probably didn't want you to give him a hug, because then you could tell that he was...
I would have known. And like I told him he was stumbling a little bit last night, but he's not the most coordinated kid in the world. And he said he was okay. And then he ate.
Inside the dark, urine-soaked closet lay nothing but a single blue tarp. Shanda quickly offered a bizarre explanation for the setup.
Well, he doesn't communicate with him hardly at all. Like, they say hi and they don't. Yeah, he's...
And when was the last time you talked to Tim?
Yesterday morning when I was getting him up.
No, yesterday afternoon before you left for work. Before I picked you up and took you to work because your e-bike tire was flat. You talked to him then.
But the urine-soaked closet wasn't the only trap. 5 motion-activated security cameras monitored the basement, tracking Timothy's every movement.
Charged with child abuse right now. I believe it's the 1st or 2nd degree. So it is a felony. So you won't be able to get out of jail until you see the judge, until the warrant paperwork's down there, okay? Which will probably be tomorrow. All right.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, I'm the bearer of bad news right now.
I'm trying not to. Oh my gosh.
Before moving to Michigan in 2021, Timothy had lived a happy life with his father in Oklahoma, described by teachers as a sweet, caring boy. Everything changed when Shanda took custody.
When we talk about, I just jump right into it. Yeah. I know that we talked yesterday, and I know that not everything that we talked about was the truth yesterday. That's okay. Yeah. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel guilty about not telling the truth to me, okay? I want you to just focus on yourself right now and think about what's best for you, and let's try to get to the truth of what really happened.
As a recent law school graduate, Shanda knew how to work the system and immediately went silent. But her older son, Paul, made a fatal mistake.
Brother, because he deserves that. I mean, there's clearly a lot of messages about stuff that you guys are doing with him, about what he's eating, about restricting his food. How did that all work? Like, what was he allowed to eat?
We stopped the food restrictions recently because we had noticed his thin.
Paul tried to frame the extreme starvation as standard discipline, claiming Timothy was punished for trying to feed himself.
We wanted to get that back on. We didn't want any of this. We never wanted him to be injured or hurt. I loved him so much.
Yeah, I can tell that. I can certainly tell that. When you say we, you're talking about your mother. And
yes, she loved him. We wanted what's best.
Yeah.
The thing is, he was stuck in the past.
Okay. So you stopped the food restriction. When did that kind of happen? Like, ballpark that for me.
Timothy's punishments also involved a cruel cycle of freezing water, engineered by a mother and executed by a brother.
There were times when I would cop an attitude that was unnecessary, and she would have me get off devices for maybe 15 minutes, because usually that was what it was revolved around, because I'll be honest, I have an addiction to my devices.
Okay.
As the evidence of torture mounted, Paul struggled to reconcile his mother's definition of discipline with the brutal reality of murder.
5.
Whose idea was it to give him a cold bath as a punishment?
It was my mother's. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it would be a punishment effective or not.
Paul finally realized how his highly intelligent mother had used him to torture and execute his own little brother.
But your mom here's not seeing that, and she's a law school graduate, and she's very smart. Do you see what I'm looking at here? Yeah. She's a liar. She's lied to you about so much stuff. At some point, you need to stand up for yourself and realize she's the manipulator.
To see the shocking story of how another mother brutally punished her son, click the video on your screen right now.